Hello, this is Dave. I hope you all had a nice weekend. I'm here with the Wolf, and this is just general share advice and not personal advice, as per the disclaimer. And happy Monday. Did they say that? Happy Monday? Happy
No,
Friday.
I don't think it's a saying, but anyway, let's do just happy Friday, happy Monday, whatever.
Come on. Every day is happy.
I know. Well, not unless you see a big swathes of red on the stock market, then it's not a happy day. But today's a happy day.
Mate, stop thinking about money all the time. I
can't help it. You make me to think about money.
Life is not always about money. It's about healthy and enjoying yourself and enjoying Mondays.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to go with that then.
And I tell you what, we're going to start with today: the actual fact that you owe me a beer.
No. In fact, that you owe me a beer.
No, listen, it's very clear, and we've got a lot of witnesses here.
No.
That the announcement came out, and it said Boda Resource estimate approximately 10.1 million gold ounces.
No, I think you're reading the wrong announcement, because I'm reading the announcement saying, and let me just go back to it.
Go on.
It says on page.
Oh God, here we go. You're like Johnny Depp's lawyer here.
Yeah,
right,
well, I have to prove my case here, right? So I have to go. Okay, so page. Let me see. What does it say here? Okay, one of the pages, because they don't even number their pages. Oh no, page 8. Sorry, page 8 of 13 of the presentation today. Yeah. Right. Inferred Boda resource at 0.4 grams per ton of gold equivalent cutoff, and they've obviously listed how much gold that they've got, Dave, at 0.4. 3.72 million ounces of gold. Thank you very much. I rest my case. You can get me a nice beer when you come over to Queensland very shortly.
But they say 0.3. It's up to 6-7 million. So doesn't it really mean, are they going to mine to 0.3 or 0.4?
Depending on the gold price. But I'm right in both cases, because I said originally 6 million ounces, but I thought I'll be a little more conservative and go with 3 to 4. So I'm right in either way. It just lost in, it doesn't matter what case it is.
I think it's amazing how you twist things. It's very obvious here. It says it's going to be done at 0.3. They're not going to be throwing away the gold. They're not going to say, oh, Wolf said 0.4. So they'll do it at 0.3 and it'll be 6 million. And
in my defense, I've been conservative. That's why I used in my brain 0.4 cutoff. You didn't ask me that when you were asking what I think was the gold going to be.
Anyway, irrespective of that, is this a buy? Is it a buy or what?
I think it is overall. And by the way, how good is the back of the envelope calculations, Dave? I got it pretty close, huh? 6 million versus 5 point something million, just like that. That's pretty impressive. But anyway, yes, buy. I think if you've got 6 million ounces of gold, and you're probably looking mine it in the next, say, 2 or 3 years, maybe 3 or 4 years, it's got to be worth more than $1 billion. It's probably going to be worth $2 or $3, $4 billion market cap.
Really? And what's it trading now? Let's have a look. And they've already got a mine, right? So
exactly. No, look, it's a small mine, so it just gives them that cash flow to maybe go and keep drilling this Boda. But I can't see them doing it on their own. I can see someone like a Newcrest coming in, or someone coming in and either buying them off them or taking them over, or JV 50-50 or something like that.
Well, they're only a 655 million market cap. So you're saying this could 3 bag or 4 bag?
Yeah, I think so. With time, it's not going to happen overnight, but with time, the more they drill, if they can put together the whole North Molong, right, the whole package with Kaiser, Boda, and everything else, and they can make it like a 10 million ounce plus, this will be definitely, I think.
Well, they say with the copper credits, it is up to 10 million, right?
Yeah, exactly. Equivalent is already 10 plus. But I just think overall, if the golds and the copper prices stay relatively on the up, right, over the next couple of years, this should be at least a doubler from here.
Right. Okay, that's looking good, Wolf, and the chart's looking good. So for those long-term people who like ALK, you could trend it or go long on it.
Yep, I think
if you like gold. Wolf, Bub. Now we know there's a problem in America at the moment with baby food formula. One of the biggest companies obviously having to recall a lot of their produce. And guess what? they're going to give the babies goat's milk. I don't know if those American babies are going to complain about it, or they're going to go, oh man, God, man, what's going on? This is goat milk. This isn't.
And they're probably going to go afterwards. But look, how amazing that Bub got into it, right? And they saw that there's an opportunity, and he went for it, and they got approval from FDA. What happened to A2M? Well, when they're looking, aren't they supposed to be doing something similar? I'm just finding it really strange that Bub's come up with this announcement and something like A2M hasn't.
Well, I'm sure they are, Wolf. I'm sure they'd be putting some...
I think they're already in America, right? So maybe this is why.
I still wouldn't buy, I still wouldn't buy A2M. And obviously it would have been nice to own Bub when I had that big jump up, but it's very difficult to buy that price action.
I think now you got to wait now for the dust to settle, and then we evaluate into the week maybe.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, what's wrong with the old-fashioned version of?
But the other thing is we don't know. This is like maybe one off because we know that the American.
Well, as soon as America gets back online,
exactly, and maybe their sales will just go down again.
Yeah, the goat formula will go out of the window, won't it?
That's right. That's why I suppose it's definitely a riskier play here, and they've only got 500,000 tins anyway at the moment, so they have to produce the other 750,000, whatever they need to deliver. So by the time they deliver, it could be all over by then.
I don't know why. With any of my kids, I don't think I would have given them goat formula.
Why? Goat is great.
Because you don't know. I mean, they've been having baby cow formula for ages, and they haven't started mooing yet. I mean, maybe you'd think goat formula will start growing horns. Well, actually, they all have got horns. Funny enough.
Yeah, there you go.
They're all little devils.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of horns.
Right. Okay, Wolf. AOF takeover.
Yeah.
Interesting, hey?
It is interesting. So there's still a lot of action in this space. We've seen so many takeover offers in the real estate space, haven't we? It's just amazing. So this is from a private property group out of New South Wales. So interesting. 245 is the choice. And I know, in this sort of market, you sort of got a little bit of maybe, I don't know, a bit of risk because of the rising interest rates. But the deals keep coming. So still hold on to it if you got some stocks in this space.
Well, you know what? I think it's quite a clever takeover. I mean, we're opening our office in the city. We've never been in the city before. We've been country little bunkins, working out of the shed and in the swamps and we're going big time, Wolf. And it's amazing, when we first started looking in the city, it was a lot cheaper, and by the time we actually signed a deal, everything was buzzing again.
Well, there you go.
It was going absolutely, the city's full. The CBD in Sydney is, if you go in it now, it looks like it's nearly back to how it used to be.
Interesting. But look, I'm glad you said that, because also just normal real estate and housing market is still fairly difficult. When I say difficult, like the rentals are going up crazily, right? So there's a lot of people that are missing out. They're seeing the rent jump up significantly. So the rents that the big real estate companies are asking for, I think that's still pretty sustainable.
Yeah, the interesting thing, Wolf, it was trading around $3. It's one of these few REITs that hasn't really recovered.
Yeah, exactly. So that's probably opportunistic, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It was only there like 4 weeks ago at 245.
Wolf, while you're looking at these resources, what did you make of that announcement by GGE?
I had a brief look at it, and me and Discoveries, it's very technical. It takes probably 3 or 4 or 5 announcements before we find out the full picture. So yeah, pass for me, unfortunately, Dave.
Well, just too hard to
exactly. And like I said, America, looking for something. Actually, if there's a very interesting article I read over the weekend, right? There's an interview made with a couple of family-run operated oil companies in America, and they said we've had no investment for the last 20 years because obviously oil prices were and all of a sudden the price has gone up to 100, and it's just too late. We can't actually improve our production because it takes a long time for us to get everything up and going again. So it's a very difficult space and a lot of competition in America. It's like a wild west out there, Dave. So I would still look. It's not my place to be honest. I'd rather put my money somewhere else.
Now, two little gold plays. MEX. MEK. Sorry. Oh, my dyslexia coming out in front of everyone.
Yeah, I could drink this morning.
Mecca Gold. So this used to be the old LCD.
Yep.
And we actually had a double on this when we first put it on. Listen, technically it looks good, Wolf. It's enough in these sort of fundamentals to keep on moving.
Look, I think they probably need to change their name from Mecca Gold to Mecca Rare Earths. I think that's what their focus looks like. It's going to be changing, right? The latest announcement is all about rare earths, and they've come up with a slew of results. You know, that's not my sort of, I wouldn't get excited about those results, but at least there's something there they can maybe follow it up on. So, you know, they're talking about PPMs, and we know PPMs usually means low grade, percentage wise. So for me, if you know, I normally use Linus as my test case, and Linus is in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6% range of grades. These guys are in the points and 0.0 points. So very low grade, but at least, you know, they are trying to explore see if they can maybe find some more on maybe higher grade, but it doesn't take much, does it, Dave? It takes imagination and a hot market for rare earths for it to go higher. And this is exactly what's happening. There's a little bit of FOMO going on.
Yeah, definitely, Wolf. And also, I think I don't think the market quite understand rare earth sort of grades like they do gold. I think the general market's got a better understanding with gold. I think rare earths they don't really quite understand it, the mums and dads. They don't. So I'd be careful with this one. But one that out of the two that I do like a little bit more is this SXG. Now I know it's up 85%.
Yep.
And it's hard to listen. The chart, I don't know what's happened here because it's obviously just appeared from. Looks like it's appeared from nowhere because this is 2014. Whether it's just come back on the market, but anyway, if I'm looking at the story, the market cap of Southern Cross is around 22 million. Now they've had a bit of a jump today, so that might be around 35 million. But that was a very, very good drill hit they had. Wolf, can you tell us a little bit?
So let me tell you the good and then the bad, right? So we can make a comparison. There's actually a lot of good, but there is a couple of things that maybe, you know, might have a bit of a constraint going up higher for the time being. But let me go to the good. So you've got a very good intercept, 12 or 18 meters at 3 point something. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, 119 at
3.2, right? With a bit of SB. I think what is it? SB is of memory Antimony, I think. Okay, so you've got 3.9 grams equivalent, right? From 106, 107. So you've got a very, very good hit from pretty shallow, 106.7 meters was pretty shallow. And within that, you had pretty good other hits in there, 64, 2.7, 39.5, and so on. And higher grades, including a pretty special numbers like 17, 26, and 14, right? So from that point, great. You've got Victoria, tick, right? We know it's very well goldened out. It's only, 70 or 80 kilometers from Forestville, which we know is one of the highest grade mines globally. And it's been producing crazy numbers out there. Another big box tick, owns 100% of the project and a big box tick. So you've got a lot of things going on that looking good. And then if you go down a little bit further at one of the presentation, I think of page 7, and the diagram of the chute. So I think that Apollo chute, right, keeps going down. So this open way down, keep going. Yep, that's it. That's the one. So that chute keeps going down and down and down. So up open down 335 meters. That, you know, they had a pretty nice hit, 11.7 at 18 equivalent. So all that looks decent chute, right? Pretty high grade chute that keep going for how long we don't know, but it looks like open down depth nicely. So there's a lot of upsides here, right? The downside is that I suppose we knew that this shoot has got gold, right? So it's nothing new from that point of view. So they've drilled, I suppose, where they know there's going to be gold around, right? We've seen other hits there, 28.3. You've got another one, 17 at 18, and so on. The only thing we probably didn't know it's going to be nice and thick like that. They've just hit, right? So that's the sort of trade-off. If there was a brand new hit and they've just hit something, it would be like exciting because they've got up, down to test everything else, and super excited. But from that point of view, you go, okay, well, we know there's gold in the chute. They've just hit it. Then they had a very nice thick hit. So that's a big bonus. Can they keep going and keep coming up with those sort of results?
But Wolf, the deeper they get, the thicker those grades, right? That's got to be exciting, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying this is not exciting at all. I think this is pretty good. So 1-4 punters out there, 100%. The market cap's not too demanding at all at like 35 million you said. So if I'm trading this, I'll still be probably in it.
When you start seeing though, even down here, 4 meters at 46 point, do you start thinking porphyry, or is this deposit not a porphyry type deposit?
No, it isn't a porphyry type, but this would be, I'd say, quartz, right? Quartz vein type shoots, of some sort of, quartzy type stuff down there. I'm 100% sure about that. Because it's also, I think, got, like I said, I think it's got antimony and maybe something else in there as well. So
Wolf, when you get quartz types deposits, how low do they tend to get thicker as they go low, or not?
Dave, no one knows. They could thin out, they could stop, they could thin out, they could thick up. God knows, right? That's just something we don't know. But the good thing about these sort of shoots, you could have multiple shoots around. You could have another shoot 10 meters away, and you won't even hit it until you get lucky with it. So this is maybe the positive there as well, that maybe you want to explore more of this and see what else we can hit.
Okay, so when you look at this map here, and that's the Apollo shaft here, right? What's all these colors mean?
I'd say this is the gold hits they've hit. So you've got, see the gold in drill holes, 3 to 10, or 3 to 100, 1 to 3, and 0.121. So that's that's what they've sort of been looking at.
It doesn't mean that they've drilled nearby and there's been. You're not looking at this from. This is a cross section, right?
No, this is from the top. You're looking from the top.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If there's a little yellow blob there, doesn't that mean they've drilled a hole and there's gold there?
Yeah. So that area, obviously, that should, however it's oriented, that would have intercepted all these grades in that shoot.
There's a lot of gold there, isn't there?
Yeah, well, looks like it, doesn't it? I mean, that's why you've got a pretty interesting Apollo shoot coming through.
And what, 60 kilometers you're saying away from Forestville?
Yep.
So you said earlier, Wolf, this is a golden triangle. Could you just explain that as well to the members of Equity Story?
Yeah, look, at the Golden Triangle in Victoria, as it's known, is just super well endowed gold area where there's a lot of nuggets, a lot of mines, and it's been, the original gold rushes happened around here, and it's been producing ever since. So
that's it. It's actually a square now. They've
put it as a square because they probably didn't have any triangles in their presentations.
Over the years, Wolf has turned into a square, looks like. But anyway, the golden square.
Yes. So, I think it encompasses Ballarat, Bendigo, and all the other sort of town centers in there. So definitely well endowed with gold. And, as you can see, Fosterville.
All right. Interesting. So, all right. So other question, and this is a hard one.
Yeah, I know. You never give me easy questions, do you? Never say yes or no.
So the market cap now, it's up 87%. The market cap would be, I'm presuming, around 37, 38 million. Mm-hmm. With those type of gold hits, if you were punting on gold, is this a punt?
Yes. Look, I think if you're ever going to be punting, I think up to 100 million, you can probably go have a fairly educated punt when you see results like this. So, yeah. So look, theoretically, if this is true, and I think you've looked at it, they've got about 10 million in cash, right? So I don't think there's going to be a capital raising anytime soon, which is also a very important thing. This could still probably double from here as long as they come up with more drilling results or nice drilling.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, Wolf. I like this SXG more as a punt than MEK.
Okay.
Where MEK, like you said, it's a bit of fluff.
Yeah, but sometimes fluff does better than actual facts.
Well, I know you've seen how anything to do with rare earths or lithium,
right? Exactly.
Can fluff up really well, can't it?
Yes.
And interesting. Yeah, those two sort of A2 milk and Bubs. I think Bubs it's just run a little bit too hard, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Look, again, there's so many still questions to be answered for Bubs, so I'm not chasing that.
Now, Wolf, just quickly, I want to have a look at what Einstein's is up to. Your BOE, I know you like it. It's up 5%, right? You know, some of the favorites, I think AGY, Iluka, PLS, they're all moving. LYC, they're all moving quite nicely, aren't they? CXL. So some of the old favorites, BIS, ASN, MTC, some of the old favorites are actually moving up quite nicely. A few underperformers here, like AUQ hasn't really gone yet. Was there anything interesting to see? Two banks looking good on. So I thought CBA didn't look too bad, Wolf, and I thought NAB looked okay as well.
Yes, and in fact, you know, we're going to be probably adding another bank to our dividend portfolio, because if by tomorrow, the end of the month, stock doesn't quite perform to our expectations, we're going to be swapping it.
Wolf, again, sort of Einstein's from 2 weeks ago starting to kick in a little bit, and guess what, little Wolfie?
Go on. We got Lin. Oh,
the days of doublers are not yet over.
I don't think they'll ever will.
Baby, go the Einsteins.
Yeah, look, I think
we'll
never go back to that old where there's not going to be doublers, because there's too many little punters out there these days.
Well, I hope someone actually had a little punt on that. And you know what? Funny enough, it was on Einstein's, and I was being a bit mean to it because I thought, it's not quite. But in all fairness, I could have easily put that as a buy signal and bang.
Why are they going up? Hang on, let me just have a look, because I'm intrigued. Why? Why? Was it a bit of fluff? Was it a bit of Reddit traders? What's going on here?
Maybe because it was on Einstein's. Everyone go, it's on Einstein's. That's why.
We're going to push it up.
No, yeah. Let's have a look at it.
I think someone mentioned on our ATA that they won a court case or something. Yeah, that's what it was. Lindian settles litigation. Rare earths. There you go. Fluff. That's all you need. A bit of fluff. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking MEK is better than SXG. The fluff is going to win out.
Well, maybe fluff will. I mean, it's definitely so. So with this fluffy move up, you obviously you either take your profit or lifting your stop loss pretty tight, aren't you?
Yeah.
And again, this was another daft play. I don't think this was all fluff, wasn't it? DAF.
No, that wasn't that. Let me have a look at DAF. Hang on, because I could be talking from.
I think it was daft.
Oh, Discovery Alaska. Yes, that's right. Yeah, another one.
Okay, they're up another 19%.
There you go.
There you go. Go Alaska.
Traders are going to probably trade, even if there's a world in crisis, they're going to trade. Doesn't matter.
Right. Oh, Wolf. Right. Before we go today, can we talk about sensible stock?
Yes.
AGL. So I like the chart of AGL, actually. I thought that's looking good. Actually, I had a weak buy signal, or a buy signal. And they announced today that the demerger is not going ahead, which when I thought, that's really good. You know, Cannon Brooks, he's going to get hold of this. You know, this is, you know, they're going to embrace renewables. They're going to look to the future. And it started off with a bit of a sell-off. So I was good to see it's started to be bought back now, which is good. I thought long-term good for the company. What do you reckon? Buy, hold, sell?
Look, I like your, again, way to think about this, because that's exactly what I'm thinking. When I first heard that Brooks Cannon was Cannon Brooks, Cannon Brooks. Sorry, I'm getting his name.
Just call him Brookie. You know, the
Mike.
Aussie.
Mike. Yeah, good old Mike.
Michael.
When he was getting in and trying to look at the green side of things, I love that, right? I thought, yeah, that's exactly what we need to go. We need to take control of our own country and use our natural resources, which we've already been doing for a long time. But we've got so much potential to be a green nation that I love the fact that he's coming in going, well, let's do something about it. So immediately I thought positive when it do the takeover offer, but then AGL was digging his heels in and saying, no, we want to demerge. So bugger off, Mikey. So look, now that they've come back and said, look, it's not going to, the merger is not going to work because we're not going to get the numbers. I think it's a positive. Even though maybe today there's a little bit of like, the merger, we wanted the merger because it might release some value. But I think overall, long-term thing, I think it's much better for the actual business to be under Mike's maybe influence somehow. Because like I said, I'd rather go down the renewable path and shut down these big power, coal-powered power stations, than wait till 2050.
Definitely, Wolf. He's young, he's exciting, he's obviously what he's done.
He's a greenie. I think he's a greenie like us, Dave. So that's why I think.
Yeah, I like him. He's you see him interviewed. He's got his long hair and a ponytail, and he's a bit.
I said a greenie.
Yeah, he's green. He's like, so good news. And on that note, Wolf, thank you very much. It's been a wonderful experience as normal, and I'm looking forward to that beer you owe me.
No, you owe me a beer, so I'll make up a list of which you're going to buy.
It's very, very clear here, Wolf. It's whatever you say, it's very, very clear in the announcement.
It is. On page 7, like I said, it says 3.75 million ounces. Thank you.
You're like a lawyer. It's very clear. I've won the contract, and you're trying to dissect it. We won't talk about it anymore. But
that matters.
Anyway, I'm getting emails flying in saying Dave's right. Wolf, for the first time, has to fork out a beer. I just want to see you buy a beer, you tight ass. All right. On that note, thank you very much, Wolfie.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.